Hi everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us. Well, we kick off today's weather video with a brief discussion about the tornadoes and waterspouts that were seen later on Monday. We saw them in Taranaki and of course in Hope, and that's where this one was taken by Pauline Mossman, showing this waterspout which obviously came into land and became a tornado then when it crosses land, and it was quite a serious but fairly small tornado. It wasn't at the high level. It looks extreme with the cloud, but it wouldn't have been on the highest of levels. They measure tornadoes from EF0 up to EF5. Hard to know exactly what this one was, but I'm assuming it was probably an EF1 or 2, which is still serious. Even the lowest ones can be deadly. And why are they being caused at the moment? Well, it's partially this early spring pattern that we're in. So you see this big area of low pressure. Big lows have a big reach, and by that I mean they can scoop up cold air and warm air, and that's really what we're seeing at the moment. These norwesterly winds injected with some colder air, and that's helping to create a bit of an instability with this low pressure as well. And I got to say another thing, after all these years of me doing Weather Watch, just about every big tornado I've seen in New Zealand has come from a northwest flow just like this one. Whether that was the ones in Taranaki several years ago or the ones in Auckland in recent years, they are often brought in with a northwest flow where it's kind of warm, but out at sea there's colder air being injected into it. So that's the current animated wind map. Those same wind flows that we saw on Monday continue on for Tuesday in many areas. And this is Wednesday. Wednesday morning, you can see another burst of heavy downpours, thunderstorms, and again, we can't rule out the risk of a localized tornado or very strong wind gusts as this comes through. It'll be very isolated, those issues as we saw on Monday. They were very isolated, but they're still serious. So there's a bit of a risk on Wednesday morning there. In the South Island, not so bad. You just got a bit of rain activity or shower activity on the west coast that is falling as snow higher up into the mountains, and more rain and cold weather down in the south. Low pressure down here and over to there as well. So this is pretty much all low pressure on Wednesday. To Thursday and the low itself, that's all low pressure in here, perhaps getting a little bit smaller in size. And finally, the northwest portion of it moves away on Wednesday, and so that means it gets cooler. So there could be, as I just said, those thunderstorms amongst there on the main front as it moves away, but behind it you've got a cooler southerly across many parts of the country, and on Friday that remains. Southerlies blowing across New Zealand. They might be southwest around Auckland, they might be a bit more southeast, perhaps down around Dunedin, but either way it's coming in from the southerly quarter, so it will be cooler towards the end of this week. And then into the weekend, Saturday looks like this. High pressure builds out in the Tasman Sea slowly. We've got windy sou'westers between that big high that's coming in and the big low that's disappearing. So another cooler day on Saturday, but the sun will be out in many places. And speaking of the sun, by Sunday, this high gets even stronger as it moves in. So Sunday, Monday, maybe even Tuesday in New Zealand look pretty pleasant. So there's the weather for the next few days ahead. Quite a lot going on. We're still a bit of serious weather to track just as we go through Wednesday with that next burst of heavy downpours coming in towards the north of New Zealand. But beyond that, it looks like we're back to sou'westers and things calming down as we head towards the weekend. That's all from me. Stay safe. We'll see you again on Wednesday.